is falling into place. So, the New Jerusalem at Glastonbury by John Michel. Printed by the Glastonbury Press, very special print. Because my people hath forgotten me, they have burned incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths, to walk in paths in a way not cast up. Jeremiah. That is quite significant for everything, the revelations and stuff like. To walk in paths in a way not cast up, as in like the new paths. Beautiful. Thus said the Lord, stand here in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Wow. This is very beautiful, very significant, both by Jeremiah and apparently in Ireland there's a tomb of Jeremiah. We went to the tomb of Jeremiah. I'm not sure if it's the same Jeremiah, but we did ceremonies there. Yeah. Nothing on earth is perfect, but everything in nature bears witness of an ultimate perfection that exists in the world beyond manifestation. This higher world was formerly considered to be a more fruitful object of study than the infinitely varying phenomena of the lower world of matter. And the purpose of the ancient philosophers was to reconcile the two worlds in such a way that the lower became a faithful and harmonious reflection of the higher. Wow. That's the whole yin and yang, everything that's playing out right now. Did you see the picture that I sent you with the two kind of funny alien looking heads?
Yes.
Did you notice that they were both looking quite similar?
Yes, actually Simon Pinson used to talk about Ahriman.
And so to consider the fact that these two different, which were channeled around the same time, one by Steiner and one by Crowley, who told him the whole religion kind of thing that Telema is, in 3 nights. That's when they read out that thing. So to have that being reflected in a way at the market cross, you know, two realities, the one of Steiner with the light of Christ, the Michael Pulse. He described everything in detail that I've been going through. And then to place Isis Sophia, the wisdom of God, at the market cross on the plinth, and the day after that their manifestation comes in. Both just to see the overall picture, how the yin and the yang is both being reflected. You see what I mean? Those two forces mirror each other. And Steiner, he literally talked about basically the reincarnation of Ahriman, of this kind of spirit that is going to come, that brings humanity towards the materialism and ignoring the spirituality, the connection to spirituality being cut and focused on materialism. And this is what Steiner talked about, this spirit, Ahriman. And then to have those pictures, and that's the final clue that I got today, to have those two pictures of an entity channeled at the same time by the two polar opposites who had knowledge of the occult is quite big.
Yes.
So that is, all like New Jerusalem. So, harmonious reflection of the higher. And this is true. This is exactly, it can't be more obvious. So beautiful. Of this work, there are many symbols. Yes, there are. Creative fusion between negative and positive, the material and the essential, is represented in sacred art and architecture by the figure known as the Vesica Piscis, or chalice of the fish, which is also the chalice of the Grail. From the union of the two interpenetrating spheres of the material and divine are engendered all the forms and ratios of sacred geometry. This is the symbol that occurs throughout the stone carving of St. Joseph's Chapel, Glastonbury, as well as in its ground plan. The symbol that typifies the universe as a whole, in both its physical and spiritual aspects, is that of the circle in conjunction. And this is like the two sides representing like what's happening in the world for us to see. And in my book, the whole destruction of the ego comes when this gets realized and we all become one. The New Jerusalem. Whoa. With a square. The square is the earth, the rational, finite world of matter. The circle is a symbol of the infinite spiritual world. The two are different by nature, incommensurable, logically irreconcilable. Yet, since the universe and also each one of its inhabitants is composed of both matter and spirit, the true cosmology must contain both the square and the circle. The means by which they may be reconciled is one of the principal arts of sacred geometry, for in this lies the key to the invocation of that state of perfect harmony on earth, the lost and promised kingdom, of which Christian image is the New Jerusalem. And then like the New Jerusalem, and then considering the storyline that I've been living out in this thing, with the Messianic seal of Jerusalem, all the confirmations for that, breaking the Messianic seal on the 1 year anniversary that the Grail has been lit, and all these things, all those confirmations, it's irrefutable, and it's a beautiful thing. So Glastonbury is the English Jerusalem, the traditional and preordained center for the resurrection of the lost universal science, of which the British Druids and their successors, the Celtic saints, were the last custodians. The symbol of this science, which is the square and circle reconciled by the cross, is found universally carved on stone monuments, set out in the ground plans of stone circles and temples, and even on a vast scale laid across the landscape, so that the whole country bears the imprint of the same sacred design that occurs on the stone crosses that mark the way for the traveller. Glastonbury was the citadel of the Celtic Church, the centre of Druid learning and initiation, the site of one of the 3 perpetual choirs of Britain, where the ceaseless astrological chant celebrated the processions of seasons, years and ages. This, like during the times of Atlantis, because the Temple of Sound was there as well, and like this whole thing was also an area dedicated to the Divine Feminine ever since, and this is what all those Druids knew. Saints, hermits and mystics were drawn to this island in the Somerset Marshes, and so it has been at all times. It is a place where sanctity is not a convention, but natural and inherent. Within the experience of all, here it is prophesied, the Grail will be revealed, the temple restored. Wow. David, this is quite flipping massive, because the Grail has been revealed. And the Star Temple of Avalon has been restored, 100%. The New Jerusalem made manifest, and the promise of these great events is not merely a popular tradition, but it is written indelibly in the grounds of Glastonbury Abbey and in the countryside around it. The tabernacle of the New Jerusalem, David, in the field, in the unicorn healing field, beyond, taking that to Ireland and then building the whole tabernacle, like what can be.
Yeah, before you carry on with that, Sean and I went up